There are footballers who look like superheroes. They are adored and acclaimed in their country, but only a few of them become national legends. This is the case of Landon Donovan, better known as the true Captain America. While the name Captain America may be thrown around casually nowadays, it's essential to remember the man who first made the United States relevant internationally. Donovan's impact went beyond the sport. He ignited a passion for football in a country where it was once overshadowed by other sports. Picture this. Before Donovan emerged, the US national team struggled to make a mark in the World Cups, often seen as underdogs. Before him, the United States was not competent enough to make great runs at the World Cup stage. But after his tenacity and the legacy he left behind, he made the United States a country competent enough to reach the round of 16 as a norm. Because of his influence, he made an entire country fall in love with the sport. And who knows what would US football look like if it weren't for him. Donovan's talent was unmatched as the all-time leading scorer and assist leader for the US national team. Yet, there was a bittersweet twist to his story. Born in a country where football was not the primary sport, Donovan seemed destined to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is a story of the true Captain America. Landon Donovan was born in Ontario, California on March 4th, 1982. His family was of Irish origin, which led him to become interested in football from a young age. Landon lived obsessed with becoming a professional footballer one day, so as little as he could, he signed up with Ranch Cucamonga, a club from his city. In 1997, and after spectacular progression, he was accepted into the United States Olympic Development Program, and 2 years later, he joined the Bradenton Academy. They had never seen such a talent in their country, so they decided to invest heavily in their training. In 1999, he was called up to play in the U17 World Cup, where he scored 3 goals and they finished 4th. He was the best player there, and this caught the attention of the sporting director of Bayern Leverkusen, who offered him a 6-year contract. He stayed there for a season and a half, alternating his participation with the second team. And the truth is that with the subsidiary, he played well, but when he went up with the first team, he didn't. Donovan was very young and missed his country, so in January of 2000, he asked to be loaned out to the MLS side San Jose Earthquakes. Before starting his stage there, he would go into the Sydney Olympics, where he played well again, scored a goal, and led the United States to the semifinals. He was only 18 years old at the time, but he had already become the first familiar face of his country. Already in March of that same year, he began his stage with San Jose, and there, he quickly gained a position in the starting 11. His football was sublime, and the team rose to a higher level with his vision of the game. The assignment lasted 4 years, during which he scored 32 goals and gave 19 assists. In addition to that, he became the idol of the club, and with his goals, he won his first 2 leagues. Between his 4th season with San Jose, he attended his first World Cup event in 2002, held in Korea and Japan. He was only 20 years old in that tournament, but Bruce Arena trusted him. There, they had an incredible World Cup, where they came second in the group ahead of Portugal and Poland. Already in the round of 16, they would beat Mexico in the Great North American Derby, and Donovan scored a goal. Unfortunately, the World Cup dream ended in the quarterfinals after being defeated by Germany 1-0. But the team's role was really good. They've reached the quarterfinals after more than 70 years without achieving it, and Donovan was awarded as the best young player in the World Cup. The world was shocked when this happened, and this created the popularity of football for the years to come. Back at the club level, and with Donovan as the country's idol, in 2004, he returned to Bayern Leverkusen from his 4-year loan with San Jose. In Germany, they had hopes that Donovan would adapt, but he did not succeed. Landon did not adapt to European football, and after playing 7 games with Leverkusen, in April 2005, they decided to accept the offer of LA Galaxy, who paid €1 million to get a hold of the American star. Many great footballers go there to retire, but Donovan was only 20 years old at the time and very eager to succeed in the sport. In addition to that, he became the highest paid footballer in the league and the captain of the team, thus being the most famous American player of the moment. In this moment, I believe, made Donovan the true Captain America and the most recognizable footballer in the country. By staying in the US, he made football more accessible to the public and invited kids to start playing it. His first 2 seasons with the Galaxy were really good. From the beginning, signing, he triumphed with the team, scoring 28 goals and winning another 2 titles, a new MLS title and the country's cup. After those 2 good years there, he would attend his second World Cup. The whole country was very excited about the team, and Donovan knew that for the world to see it, he would have to show off, but nothing went right. Unlike the past World Cup, the United States did not have a great tournament. Despite getting a draw against the later champions Italy, the defeats against the Czech Republic and Ghana made them fall in the group stage. After the World Cup, Captain America was starting his 3rd season with LA Galaxy, but this time wasn't so good for him. So in July of 2007, David Beckham joined the team, and due to marketing issues, Donovan had to give up him the captain's bracelet. Man, if that were me in his place, I'd be really pissed. You know, I understand that David Beckham is pretty big and, you know, pretty Mr. Worldwide handsome, but man, if you were there for a few years and then you just come with this other dude trying to take away your armband, and I'd probably just throw hands, to be honest. They didn't win anything that year, and Landon was about to leave the team. He received offers from European clubs, but after his bad experience in Germany, he decided to continue with the Galaxy. In 2008, he recovered to his good level. In that campaign, he scored 20 goals and despite going blank again, became the team's top scorer. That good season made Bayern Munich notice him, and Donovan decided to give himself another chance in European football. He asked the club to loan him out for the season, but he only played 9 games in Munich. Indeed, he did score 4 goals, but in March of 2009, the club decided not to carry out the purchase and sent Donovan home. After another disappointment, Donovan would end up the season with the Galaxy, and that same summer, he would return with the national team to play in the Confederations Cup. They would play their best tournament. They came second in the group, and in the semifinals, they eliminated the best Spain in history, reaching the final to everyone's surprise. There, they met against Brazil, and despite Donovan's great game in which he scored a goal, the Brazilians ended up coming back from a 2-0 win. After that lost final, Beckham left for Milan, and Donovan regained the captain's armband. That year, he had a season where he scored another 20 goals despite going blank again, and was named the best player in the league after that season. And already in June of 2010, Landon would play his 3rd World Cup, that of South Africa. Everyone had high expectations of the best American player, and Donovan met those expectations. It is true that they fell in the round of 16 against Ghana, but the captain scored 3 goals in that World Cup and was once again chosen as the best player in the country. After the World Cup, Donovan decided to renew with the Galaxy, but included in his contract that he could play with any European club on loan from January to March. The club accepted, and in this way, Landon was able to play for Everton twice. His 2 spells in England were good. He played 17 games in which he scored 2 goals and gave 6 assists. He did so well that the club offered him to stay, but Donovan decided to return home. Obviously, we've seen the repetition in this story of Donovan not wanting to stay in Europe and wanting to go back to the United States. And this is why I truly believe that he is the Captain America, the one that set the bar high for everyone later on to fulfill it. He said his home was the MLS. He was an idol there, and he couldn't abandon his fans. In March 2013, he returned to Los Angeles to start his 9th season, and there he met Robbie Keane, with whom he had won a new MLS title. Already in 2014, he would win the league again, and after scoring a double in a match against the Philadelphia Union, he became the league's all-time top scorer, where he scored 136 goals. After this milestone, and at only 32 years old, he decided to retire from football. He said that he had already become a legend, and that he wanted to close his stage as a league champion, or so he thought. After a year without playing, he decided that he wanted to return. So in September of 2016, he signed for another year with the LA Galaxy. There, he only played 6 games, where he announced that he was retiring yet again. This time, it seemed definitive, but Captain America seemed indecisive. So in 2018, he decided to come back from retirement to play some games with the Mexican club León. After this 2-year period in Mexico, Landon announced his retirement for the 3rd time, which was the final time he was stepping onto a pitch. This is the story of Landon Donovan, the player who put the United States on the map, the first American figure known throughout the world, and the player who, with this great game, showed us that American soccer has a great future. If you guys liked the video, please
Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.